Okay, so get this. We're diving into mind-reading tech today.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's like straight out of science fiction, you know?
Yeah.
But it's getting real.
It is.
And we got this chapter someone sent us from a book called Conspiracy Theories, or Spoiler Alerts, by L. Robinson.
Okay.
It's all about stuff that happened in 2023.
Right.
And wow, it makes you think what's even possible anymore.
It really did, like what we thought we knew about the brain.
Yeah.
It kind of goes out the window.
Right. Like just a while ago, controlling things with your mind, that was just impossible.
Totally.
But now we're talking robots that move with your brain waves.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. So before we get to all that,
Okay.
what even is neurotechnology?
Well, it's basically any tech that messes with your nervous system.
Okay.
Like your brain, especially. So you've got brain-computer interfaces. Those are BCIs.
Right.
They let your brain and devices talk directly.
Okay.
Then there's neuroimaging that's like fMRI and EEG.
Yeah.
Those let you see and measure what's happening in the brain.
So it's like seeing the electricity in your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's getting clearer and clearer all the time.
It is, yeah.
It started with medical stuff, right?
It did.
Like helping people who have trouble moving or with brain problems.
All right.
But now it's like everything's changing so fast.
Yeah, totally.
I remember this video I saw of someone moving a prosthetic arm just with their mind.
That's wild.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, this whole mind control thing kind of creeps me out.
Oh, yeah.
Like all those conspiracies about the government or like secret groups messing with people's brains.
I know what you mean.
I just always kind of been there in the back of my mind.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Those ideas have been around forever.
Right.
It's like pop culture and, you know, maybe a little paranoia.
Yeah.
But when you look at the real stuff happening with neurotechnology, especially what DARPA's doing,
Who's DARPA?
that's the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. It's hard not to see why people get a little freaked out.
DARPA, that name gives me the chills.
I know, right?
So what are they doing that's blurring the line?
Well, they've got all these projects focused on neurotech.
Like what?
Some are about making people think better.
Okay.
Some are about soldiers talking to each other using their brains.
Really?
Yeah. And some are even about weapons controlled by your mind.
Whoa, that's getting into some serious Black Mirror stuff.
It is kind of creepy.
So let's get back to what's happening right now.
Yeah.
The source we have here talks about two big things from 2023 that just blew me away.
Oh, yeah. What are those?
First, there's this group at the University of Technology, Sydney.
Okay.
They got soldiers to control a robot dog. Just with their brainwaves and these AR headsets.
No way.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
They wear these headsets that show blinking squares.
Okay.
And when they focus on one, a biosensor reads their brain signals and turns those signals into commands for the robot dog.
Wow, that is so cool.
And get this, they could control it 94% of the time.
No way.
That's insane.
It's pretty amazing.
And then there's this other thing from UC Berkeley.
What's that?
It's a total game changer.
Oh, really?
It's these implantable probes that use OLEDs.
OLEDs.
Yeah, those organic light-emitting diodes to stimulate individual neurons in mice.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's a huge deal.
Okay, so I'm not a neuroscientist or anything.
Right.
Why is this such a big deal?
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
Before, to stimulate the brain, it was like using a floodlight to light up one house. You're hitting a wide area, but it's not very precise.
I see.
These new probes are like having a tiny laser pointer
Okay.
that can hit a single light bulb in that house.
Wow.
It's like going from a sledgehammer to a scalpel.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
So if we can do that with mice, what does it mean for humans?
that's the big question.
And what about the risks?
You're hitting on something really important there. As we learn more about the brain, the ethics get a lot more complicated.
Right.
And those are the questions we need to talk about next. It's
Definitely.
going to get interesting.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Unlock the secrets and decide for yourself. Dive into the conspiracy theories or spoiler alert series, now with all 4 groundbreaking books available. Explore the untold stories, hidden truths, and shocking revelations. Get your copies today and join the movement.
It's true. We're really going into uncharted territory when it comes to the brain.
Yeah.
And we got to think about what all these advancements could mean, like what could go wrong.
I know it's easy to get caught up in the wow factor,
It is.
but the ethical stuff is really important.
Absolutely.
It feels like we're right on the edge of something huge.
Yeah, we are.
And I think that makes some people nervous.
Yeah, and they're right to be.
Right?
Mind reading technology is scary for a reason.
Yeah.
It messes with how we think about being human.
Totally. Like, what if someone could just read your mind, all your deepest thoughts and memories, without you even knowing?
Exactly.
It's unsettling, to say the least.
It really is.
It could change everything, like how we trust each other,
Right.
how we talk to each other, even how we see ourselves.
That's a big one.
And like we said, these aren't just made-up scenarios anymore.
Bro,
The more neurotechnology advances, the
Right.
more real all this becomes.
it's getting closer and closer.
Okay, so we've got these breakthroughs,
We do?
like those OLED probes pushing the limits.
Uh-huh.
But we also have these huge ethical questions.
Right.
Privacy, autonomy,
Yeah.
the potential for someone to use this stuff for bad things.
It's a tricky situation.
It really is like walking a tightrope.
It is, and we have to be careful.
Yeah.
We got to have these open conversations about the good stuff and the bad stuff.
I agree.
Not just scientists and researchers.
Right.
But everyone, policymakers, ethicists, the public.
So how do we even start figuring this all out?
Well, one big thing is guidelines and regulations.
Like rules.
Yeah, rules for how to develop and use this technology.
Okay.
Like informed consent.
What's that?
It means people have to know how their brain data is being used.
Okay. That makes sense.
And they have to be okay with it.
But we have to keep that data safe and private.
Totally. Brain data is super sensitive.
It is.
Someone could do a lot of damage with that.
Yeah, I get it. It's like with the internet.
It is exactly like that.
It took us a while to figure out how to use it safely and responsibly.
Right.
We're seeing that same thing happen with neurotechnology.
It's a similar evolution.
Yeah.
And just like with the internet, everyone has to work together to get the balance right.
Let's be real. Some people are going to say we're overreacting.
They will.
That this is all just sci-fi paranoia.
Yeah, some people are going to say that.
What do you say to them?
I say it's better to be careful
Yeah.
than to jump into the future without thinking about what could go wrong.
Right. We got to learn from our mistakes with other technologies,
We do.
or we're going to make the same mistakes again.
And this time the stakes are even higher.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure,
I like that.
especially when it comes to the human brain.
Absolutely. We're talking about not just medical stuff,
Yeah.
but making humans even better.
Like superpowers.
Maybe even understanding consciousness
Wow.
in ways we never thought possible.
So it's not just about preventing harm.
Right.
It's about making sure this powerful technology is used for good.
For good for everyone.
That's the key.
It is, we got to be proactive.
Okay.
Think ahead about what could go wrong and come up with solutions now
Before it's too late.
before it's too late. Exactly.
So guidelines, regulations, open conversations, and a lot of caution.
All of that.
But what about public perception?
That's a good point.
How people feel about mind-reading technology?
Yeah.
That's got to have an impact on how this all unfolds.
It does. Public perception is huge.
Especially with something as powerful as this.
Right.
It could be totally disruptive.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll be talking about in the last part of our deep dive.
Should be good.
Okay, let's do it. We're back for the last part of our deep dive into mind-reading tech.
Right.
And you know, it's amazing how much this topic gets people talking.
Uh-huh.
Like, everyone's fascinated by it,
It's true.
but also kind of freaked out by it.
Makes sense.
The idea of knowing what someone else is really thinking,
Yeah.
it's always been this big mystery.
It has.
Like something we want to solve,
Right.
also kind of scary to think about.
Yeah, like what if someone knew your thoughts?
Right, it's like in those spy movies
Oh, yeah.
with truth serums,
Uh-huh.
or in sci-fi with those telepathic characters.
Yeah.
We love that stuff.
We do.
But it's also kind of creepy.
It is.
And in real life, we're already trying to figure out what people are thinking.
Right.
Like lie detectors, reading body language.
Yeah, we're always trying to get a peek inside other people's heads.
It's like this basic human thing
I think so.
to want to understand each other.
Yeah.
But if technology could actually read our minds, that brings up some serious issues.
It does. It really gets to the core of who we are.
Yeah. What are people most worried about?
Well, privacy is a big one.
Okay.
Like if all your thoughts and memories could be out there for anyone to see.
No more secrets.
Exactly.
That's a scary thought.
It could change how we relate to each other completely.
Yeah. And all those questions about data security come up again. What if someone could hack into your brain
Oh, yeah?
and steal your memories or your identity?
That's like the ultimate invasion.
It is.
No wonder people are worried.
And those fears aren't just coming out of nowhere.
Right.
Pop culture plays a big role in this.
Definitely.
All those movies and TV shows, they show mind-reading technology in these dystopian worlds.
Yeah.
Where the government is controlling people's minds.
Right.
Or corporations are manipulating everyone.
Yeah, it's a common theme.
It makes you think.
It does.
Like The Matrix,
Oh, yeah.
Minority Report, even Stranger Things.
They all tap into that fear of losing control.
Exactly.
Like being a puppet.
Yeah.
And that stuff can really influence how people see real neurotechnology.
Yeah.
It can make people distrustful.
So it's like this mix of curiosity and anxiety.
It is.
And the stories we tell ourselves about mind reading.
That shapes how we feel about this whole thing.
It's not just about the science. It's about the bigger picture.
It's a whole context.
The social stuff, the cultural stuff, the ethical stuff.
All of that.
And as this technology gets more advanced,
We need to keep talking about these things.
honestly and openly, we
Yeah.
got to move past the hype and the
Not
fear
the sensational,
to really understand the benefits and the risks.
the potential, and the
Because
depth
the future of neurotechnology is something we're all creating together.
we're all in this together.
I like that. So as we wrap up our deep dive into this crazy world,
Okay.
I want to leave you with this question.
Right.
If this technology was everywhere, would you use it?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Would you enhance your own brain? Where would you draw the line?
Yeah. What would be worth the risk for you?
Thanks for coming along with us on this journey into mind-reading technology.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's definitely a topic that's going to keep us all thinking and talking for a long time.
I think so too.
Yeah.